not a lot of people know that. So
No.
if you spark a ignite a flame, you can go up. Yeah. And to be honest, I struggle to find any real pros for it.
So we are starting our campervan project where we're learning about lots of different things about campervans to help you make the right choices. And today I'm with Kenny from Ecowagon, and we're going to be talking about gas versus gasless, which is becoming more and more popular. And Kenny's built quite a few gasless vans in the past, so we're going to talk about some of the differences today, why perhaps you might go for one over the other. So, hello Kenny,
All right.
welcome back.
Cool, good to see you again, Steve. How's it going?
Very good, nice to be sat in one of your nice conversions again.
Yeah,
Your seats are one of the comfiest to come into.
They are nice seats.
Yeah.
The sports backs really make a difference. Proper snug and hold you in, don't they, tight?
They certainly do.
Yeah,
certainly do. And we sat in a gas van.
Yeah, this is gas. I mean, we kind of prefer gas in a way. It kind of goes hand in hand with camping. I mean, a lot of the competitors nowadays, oh, gas isn't safe and gas this, gas that. People have been cooking on gas for years, decades. You know, it's good. It allows you to have a barbecue point, and the biggest thing, it costs a lot less than if you start putting it's way more efficient. We put an underslung tank in. I mean, some of my customers have had the vans 5 years and they've still not filled it up because all we're running to the hob. We run the diesel heater off the diesel, and then the gas you're only cooking. So it can last years depending on how much cooking you're doing. You know, when we fit induction hobs, we like to do it belt and braces because, I mean, when I go camping, sometimes I like poach a chicken on the hob. You know, and so that means that could take an hour and a half. You know, so when we fit induction, we fit two 230 Roma, 230 lithiums under each seat, and then a 3 kilowatt multi-plus Victron inverter. So you can cook for an hour and a half, and yet you still get your lights. You know, if you just fit like a small 100 or 200 amp hour, it'll run an induction hob for like 15-20 minutes. And then you do most of your cooking at night. When you go to switch your lights on in your heater, you have not enough power for that, you know. So,
but that's kind of the first of the negatives, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not as in it's much of a negative, but it's fantastic to have all that system.
Yeah.
But the cost of that.
Yeah,
I mean the cost of 230 Romas, 460 amp hour of battery.
Yeah.
Nice big solar panel on the roof, presumably to top it up, which we'll come on to in a moment.
Yeah.
Whereas just a gas bottle.
Yeah, I mean the whole
big difference.
The whole. I mean the gas system. You're probably talking £1,000, maybe £1,500. The induction hob with 2 massive lithium batteries, 250 solar. You're talking up in excess of £5,000 to do it properly. You know, and that's the thing. It's like it's. I mean, it's great to have the induction hob. I mean, I'm fitting one myself in my boat, and because I've already put the lithium system in, you know, and if you're going that way, great, but you can save a lot of money in the conversion just by having gas, you know, definitely.
And I think one of the big drivers, or probably the main driver really, what people are doing is because they're trying to look to that future. They're being pushed away from, you don't want to be using fossil fuels, you know, we're getting moving away from petrol and diesel. We're now going to, electric vehicles. And I think people are trying to feel that they're being pushed in that direction as far as the camper's concerned.
Yeah, but
it comes at a huge cost.
You still dig lithium out of the ground, so it's still a fossil fuel, really. And so it's not. I mean, this whole environment and electric thing, there's a lot of speculation of how good it is and that. I mean, I drive an electric car myself. I only use it to commute and work and back, but it's only 12 miles each way, and it's perfect for that. Electric camper vans, it's probably not going to happen, not for a good few years, you know, if not decades, you know. There's a few tried and they've failed, unfortunately, you know, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of the companies up in Scotland went bust, didn't they? They were trying to produce them.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I did a video 2 weeks ago or so, and it was talking about hybrids, and I think that's probably going to be the kind of the next stepping stone, because kind of as we're talking about the gasless system, the gasless in that would work really well when you can tap into that big traction battery which they've got. You can tap into that. And you know, you've got loads of power.
Yeah, definitely. But then you've got weight issues as well with electric vehicles.
You have.
So you start adding more weight, and that I mean, I think an electric camper van, if you live in Cornwall, you don't really go camping out of Cornwall. You maybe go on a couple of trips once a year or whatever. You could probably get away with having like a little ID bus camper, but not like something like this where you want to tour Europe or tour Scotland. I mean, trying to do the North Coast 500 in an electric van would be a disaster. I mean, I've done it in a diesel van, and that was bad enough, you know, because you get range anxiety because it's so far in between the petrol stations up there, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, as far back to the kind of the gas versus gasless, because we're kind of stepping way into the future there.
Yeah.
So pros for gas. What would you say the pros for gas are?
Cost, for one, is a major one, and then it's super efficient. It's quick. And it allows you to have a gas barbecue. A lot of people have gas barbecues. You can plug in that in at the back. It's just, I mean, it's mainly cost and efficiency, you know. And then that's probably the con for the lithium. I mean, it costs. I mean, it looks nice, the lithium, with the induction hob and all that, but it's because you've got two separates, you kind of probably lose a bit of workspace as well with the lithium. You've got to carry heavier pans with the induction hob, which again, weight is an issue in these vans, and you've got to shave as much weight as you can. So that's probably another con.
Yeah. But these, I mean, you know, this is a Dometic 2-burner hob and a sink, and you know, these units have been around for years and years, and the price of them is obviously really, really quite. I won't say cheap, but it's, you know, it's very, very good value for money, and there's lots of other brands available. And there's a lot of choice. But as far as the inductions are concerned, it is getting there. There is becoming more choice, but it's not as widely available, and it isn't as cheap.
Well, no, they're mostly. I mean, the induction hobs themselves aren't actually that expensive. It's everything that goes with it, like your multi-plus inverter and your lithium batteries. I mean, even the cable you use, like 70mm cable, more weight again, you know. So that's the thing. And there's a lot more time involved in installing it. I mean, a gas system takes a few hours or days, whatever, to install the whole system. You're talking a good few days on a lithium, you know.
And then as far as the actual gasless is concerned, you know, kind of what's the pros for that?
Well, like I said, it's I don't know, you're more self-sufficient, I guess, because you've not got to worry about filling up at gas stations or whatever. And to be honest, I struggle to find any real pros for it, other because it's like I don't really know. I mean, is it safer? Have you seen a lithium battery catch fire? You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if there are actually any pros for it. You know what I'm like to be honest. And
that's what it's all about. That's we're trying to educate people. You're professionals. So
I mean, you lose storage because you've got a bit of storage underneath your seat.
Big old batteries.
You've got big old batteries. You've got more weight in the van. I don't know if there are any actual pros for it.
Well, I'm going to call it, even if you're not carrying.
Right, go on.
So you've got these big batteries, you've got 460 amp hour. You're looking towards the future, let's not argue about that. You can have a heated floor.
Well, that's one of the
heated
things.
floor as well.
Not
in this one.
No, in the other one. I mean, that is because we had so much lithium. We so much power. We thought, well, we can put a heated floor because it's not going to take a massive amount of energy. And we've fitted electric water heater as well, so you can heat the water. So I suppose maybe there is a couple of pros there.
And then you've got a paddleboard pump in the back.
That's true.
You see, we're convincing him.
That's 12 volt though, so you don't actually need the big system.
True.
And it's heated force 12 volt as well, but you wouldn't be able to have it without the two massive lithium batteries.
No, you'd soon drain it, wouldn't you?
And it is more it doesn't actually heat the van. It's more like when I used it, I went to Scotland. It was freezing cold. Woke up in the morning, switched the heated floor on. When I got out of bed, put my feet on it, and it was just like bliss. You know?
And then on the roof, obviously, when you've got these big two batteries, you need them topped up. Obviously, you're going to have a decent charger anyway, which you've already talked about with the Victron components. What do you do about solar panels?
We've used Austrian panels. We've had a lot of trouble with solar panels over the years. We've found these Austrian panels which are amazing. We've probably fitted over 100 of them now, not had one single failure. They're good, but they're really expensive. But they don't fit,
Semi-flexible ones.
Semi-flexible. I mean, they're only 2 mil thick, so they're really good, and we can fit a 250, 350, so that obviously gives you a lot of power back. I mean, it's not going to fully charge your lithiums, but also we can fit a Zeus system, which it turns your alternator into generator, so you can charge your lithiums up in about an hour. It's but the solar, I mean, I'm not totally sure on amperage. I think you can get up to like 15 amps off the solar, which is quite a lot, off the 250, and then obviously a 350 would be more again, so they do keep it topped up,
Yeah. Well, obviously another advantage of having, the big batteries and the solar panel to keep it all topped up is that your fridge, your fridge is not going to be drained. I've heard a few people saying, my batteries haven't lasted that long with it. So we've only got 100 amp hour AGM battery or something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, then we're getting into the difference between an AGM, an acid, or a lithium, which I'm going to talk about in a future video. But having that bigger power, because you are gasless, is going to help.
It does. It does. I mean, to be fair, the fridges will run off a 100-watt solar panel anyway, and a lithium or AGM battery, but I mean, that's maybe one of the that's sealed. So it's like if you go to lead acid, they're not always sealed. You get the gas off and the discharging and charging as well. Not a lot of people know that. So if you spark a ignite and flame, you can go up. So.
Yeah, I came across one the other week actually, and it just made a complete mess of the battery compartment. Because it wasn't vented properly. It made a mess. The van was only, I think it was less than 3 years old, and it looked like it'd been in there for 10 years.
They blow up, don't they?
So it's obviously a case of doing it properly, and that's why we talk about coming to professionals. Like yourselves to kind of do that. So so gas versus gasless. What are your opinions? That's Kenny's, and Kenny's not 100% convinced about gasless, although I think we might give him a few more ideas there why it might be a good idea. If you haven't seen the project I'm doing, you can have a look at that video here. Or maybe if you look into the future, have a look at the plug-in hybrid video here. Thanks for watching. Take care. I hope to see you soon.